Today I'm going to talk about a change I made in my life, and it helped me so much I wanted to share it here. Hey everyone, it's Melissa. A change I made in my life. It's a simple change, but it has made so much of a difference in my outlook, the way I see things, the way I feel about myself, and I felt like I wanted to do a video on it, so that's what I'm going to do. So let me go back a little bit, getting started. I had been having this sense of being lethargic, being tired, being not really depressed, but just sort of outside of the world, outside of my community. I functioned, and people didn't know it, and I functioned on here because I wanted, not to try to be encouraging and stuff, but there was something going on. Now, analyzing all this, I thought it was because, I had breast cancer and changed my hormones, but this started before that. This started about 6 months before I ever found out I had breast cancer. And I blamed several different things. I blamed the grandchildren getting older, the people not coming to the house as much, not having as much family activity. I blamed, my age. I blamed YouTube. I thought, I'm doing all this work, I'm not getting paid a lot of money. I blamed YouTube. And then my son left to go to school for a year, and I blamed that. And then I found out I had breast cancer, so I thought, oh, okay, that was it. My body knew I had cancer, and it was having all these feelings and stuff like that. But having breast cancer is actually the catalyst for a change in me. Now, what this change is doing something that we are told we should do as we age. We're told we should get lots of sleep, we should eat right, have low cholesterol, get exercise, all these different things. But one thing we're also told to do is have a lot of social connections. And I realized with my breast cancer, and I'll tell you why in a minute, I didn't have any social connections in real life. I had so many friends on here, and I talked to them, and I talked to you all. You all helped me enormously. But I realized I did not have anybody to go out to lunch with. I did not have anybody to come over and have supper with. I didn't have anybody to come over and have a cup of tea with or go over to their house. For some reason, over the years, friendships, relationships I had developed had slipped away. And this, like I said, happened before breast cancer. And it happens. You get busy. I was doing my job at the office, trying to do my YouTube channel. Everybody else is busy. Grandkids came along. I was helping out with that. I got busy. So I lost something in the meantime. So before I go any further, I saw another report the other day of the 12 steps to that cut your rate of getting dementia, Alzheimer's, by a big percentage, and one of them was having a social network. And that made me realize a lot of things when I read that of how I had changed things, and that's why I wanted to do the video. So that was very important to me to realize what the change was that I made. So my son and his family was going to this local church in town, and they sent him away to school, asked him if he would go to school and come back and become one of their ministers after he was fully trained. So that's what he decided to do. So that's why he was gone during that time. And I developed breast cancer. And I've talked about this before, but when I came home from surgery and started my recovery, this church, this social network, this group of people took me under their wing. I did not go to this church at all. I don't think I had ever been to this church, to a single service. But because I was the mother of this man that they loved and was going to be one of their ministers. They took me in as their own. And something just kind of happened, and it just kind of resonated with me. I had never had a social network. I had been friends with mothers of kids, and I had been, had people my own age and stuff. This was different. This was a group of people, all different ages. They provided meals every day for weeks for Doug and me. Monday through Sunday, every day. We didn't cook. They gave me gift baskets. They gave me spa things. They gave me reading material. They gave me jewelry. They gave me pretty girly things that they knew I would like regularly without asking. I had never met them. I didn't know them, but they did that. And that just meant so much to me. So I recovered, and I didn't go to the church. Doug started going, but I didn't go to the church. When my son moved back to town, I thought, he's going to be a minister, one of the ministers at that church. I need to start going. And I discovered something. I discovered a social network. Now, I have people that are religious that watch me. I have people that are not religious that watch me. I like all of you. I love you all. So I don't really talk about religion. What I'm talking about now is I got into this social group at this church, and I've started getting into community groups, and I've started talking to people in real life. I've started communicating to people. I've started having to have conversations with strangers that I hadn't had in a long time. I've always been an outgoing person. I've always had a big social network. Usually when my kids were growing up, it was parents of other kids and stuff like that. But when all that fell by the wayside, I was nervous being around these people. I thought, what do I say to them? And that is not me. And I realized how far I had gotten away from having a social network in my life. And I could see why it would be damaging to a person as we age. I really can see it. So I have got these people in my life. I see them on Sundays. I see them when we have, like I said, we have community groups where we get together and have a meal and stuff like that. They're fun. I have a lot in common with them. I enjoy them. They're all different ages. And it has not only helped me, it has helped Doug. Because Doug and I will say even especially Doug, had gotten to the point where it was just us and Oliver. That's too much trouble to ask somebody to go out to eat. I'd rather just eat at home. I don't want to go to UT. We used to always go to University of Tennessee football games. I don't want to go to football games anymore. I'd rather watch it on TV. We got out of that social interaction. We used to regularly go to Chattanooga with, people and go out to eat, or go to Knoxville out to eat. It's too much trouble now. We fell into a lethargic state. Both of us did. I know that it has bothered Doug. He would say, I don't really have any friends. And I would say, I don't really have any friends either. I had you all. Now, I'm not taking away from any of you all. Please don't say that, because y'all have helped me so much. I'm talking about the importance of also a person-to-person social network that is local. So please don't think I'm diminishing the impact that your friendships have had on me, because I love you all dearly. But this was a little bit different. So because my son joined this church and became one of its ministers, and I felt like, it's probably the right thing to do for me to go and support my son and go to the church that he goes to, that he's going to be a minister of. All these things fell into place to help me. And I didn't even know exactly what was wrong with me. I knew something was. I thought it was because I had cancer. I thought it was because I had Crohn's. I thought it was this. I thought it was that. Everything out there that was outside of me, I blamed but I didn't see what I needed inside of me, and that was I needed in-person support. I needed in-person contact. I needed hugs from people. I needed, how are you doing, face to face. I needed these social things of us working maybe toward a goal of me helping maybe cook a meal, physical meal for someone else. I needed these things. I needed people to pray and send high hopes for me, and I needed to pray and send high hopes to them. So I found it in a church setting. You may not. That's okay. If this resonates with you, if this sounds familiar, I very much encourage you, please think about volunteering. Think about being on a museum board or an arts council board, or getting involved in theater, or getting involved in the choir. Anything, knitting clubs, learning how to knit, teaching knitting, teaching something that you may be really good at, helping students learn to read. If you are a former teacher and want to kind of get back out again, whatever is your interest. I didn't know what my interest was. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I needed to do something. But my son becoming this minister, it forced me to get back out into society again. And it wasn't easy. Like I said, I had forgotten how to really talk to people, one-on-one, after I said something and then they say something, and then I would think, what do I say next? I had forgotten how to have a conversation one-on-one or with a group of people. So I wanted to just throw that out there. I will get back to, I've got some ideas about fall looks, and I will get back to that. But this, when I saw that the 14 things about helping with dementia, and one of them was build a social network, I thought I've got to make a video on that, because I feel like I'm a good example of that, of how a social network helped me to become a little more whole again and ready to face what things happen to me in the future. We're going to face crap in our lives. We're going to have deaths, and we're going to have sickness, we're going to have tragedy, we're going to have, bad things happen, as well as lots and lots of joys. And it's important, I think, to be able to have people there to half the joy, half the pain for you, and double the joy. I think that that's always a good thing. And like I said, please, those, you all know, I have several friends that I text with daily. Y'all are so important in my life. This is not what I'm talking about. This is an addition to it. This is a little separate part of my life and everybody's life that I needed to address and I needed to tap into. So nothing to take away of the love I feel for you all, because I do love you very much. Okay, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll get back to less heavy subjects next week, but I thought this was important. Anyway, thanks for watching. Love you all. Take care. I'll talk to y'all in a couple of days. But please like and subscribe. I'd like to make more money on this channel. Really, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Love you all. And I'll talk to y'all in a couple of days. And everybody take care of themselves. Bye-bye.